Welcome to Senior Spotlight, where we interview seniors who are doing big things at North Hills. And I'm sitting here with Josh Bunyard, a varsity swimmer who recently earned 2 first-place finishes in WPIALs and brought home the gold medal at States. So, Josh, how long have you been swimming, and what got you interested in the sport?
Well, I've been swimming for about 10 years, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't really like swimming. My mom just put me in it because I liked to race her in the pool when we just went in the summer, but I never wanted to do it long term. I always wanted to play basketball and baseball and stuff like that, but it ended up being pretty good for me. So.
Okay, seems like it. So I've heard swimming is a physical demanding sport. So what does a typical practice look like for you?
Well, in peak season we do about 5,000 yards. That's a lot of things. I'm a sprinter, so I do a lot of sprint stuff. But really we work on a lot of things like aerobic stuff, and it's pretty hard to explain, but just
Okay.
a lot of sprint stuff, and just we try to keep our heart rate up for a long period of time.
For sure. Okay, so what is your favorite event to compete in, and why?
Favorite event is 100 backstroke, just because it's the most natural event. I feel really good in the water when I do backstroke. Obviously, it's my best event. I won states in that event, and it's just really fun event to do.
So this isn't your first time winning. What other events have you medaled in over the years?
Well, it is my first time winning states and WPIALs, so WPIALs and states have really been the only meets I've really medaled in.
Okay.
I was never like the best swimmer, but I worked really hard, and I got to where I'm at, to where I could win. And other than this year, I haven't really had any breakout performances. So.
Okay, and has winning states been your most memorable win?
I'd like to say yes. It was definitely really rewarding. It felt kind of surreal. It just felt surreal. It did feel real. I've been looking up to the guys that have been winning like for my whole high school career, and just to win, it was pretty crazy. So.
Oh yeah, I bet. Okay, so how do you guys get hyped for a meet? Like, what is the pre-meet?
Well, I try to stay as calm as possible because I swim the best when I'm calm, which was kind of flipped from when I was a freshman. I used to listen to music and stuff, but now, I'll get too worked up if I listen to music. So I just meditate a little bit, take some deep breaths, and just try to keep my heart rate as low as possible going into the race.
Okay. I'm sure everyone has asked you this question, but how has COVID affected swimming for you and your team, and like as a whole?
I think as a team, it's definitely tough, but personally, it's definitely been the hardest year of my life, Just getting in and out of the pool, getting in and out of shape, it's really hard. And with swimming, you can't just go to a pool, like especially in the winter, you can't just go to a pool whenever. So we didn't have pool time for a lot of the winter, and in swimming, you gotta keep swimming to stay in shape. If you don't have that, it's going to be really hard to get back in. So it was super tough.
I bet. Okay, so what has been the most valuable lesson you think you've learned over the years due to swimming?
The most valuable lesson would definitely have to be you don't have to feel good to like do great things. During the season, I was beating my body down, and when you're grinding in that main season, you got to remember you're training for that end goal. And for me, that end goal was winning states, and it's okay to feel beat down while you're in the middle of the season. So, yeah.
Who is your sports hero?
My sports hero is Caleb Dressel. He's probably the best swimmer in the world right now. The only reason I don't say Michael Phelps is because I wasn't really super interested in swimming in his era, and I really in the past couple of years, I've really gotten interested in swimming. And Caleb Dressel, he just, he has a lot of world records. He's a sprinter just like me, so yeah, I look up to him a lot.
Okay. And what are your future plans?
I'm committed to Ohio State to swim, and I'm going to be studying environmental science, so I'm super excited about that.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Thanks.
All right, guys, well, that wraps up the interview with the Josh Bunyard. Thank you for coming here today. We
Thank
are
you.
honored. So, yeah, stay tuned for the next Senior Spotlight.